Oh my God, we have got a show for you because, hold on, let me move this microphone that I finally got working, BT dubs, on the regular. I had to download something called an app. I mean, come on. Anywho, it's a big one today. I'm really excited. But before we get going, let me do some housekeeping. Okay. The Scott Snow fundraiser, the GoFundMe for the Canadian veteran that Invictus and Prince Harry ghosted after he got wounded at the Dusseldorf Invictus Games is live. It has been verified. I urge everyone, if Harry, Meghan, and Invictus are going to ignore him, let's not ignore the veteran, shall we? The GoFundMe is in the video description right now, and it's live. Let's take care of this guy, huh? He's a good guy. Anyway, today, oh my God, 6 years ago, we had Megxit and the Freedom Flight. And now I think we're about to try to see some Megxin and the Failure Flight. I've got Alison Boshoff with me. I'm going to bring her up in 2 hot seconds. Oh my God. By the way, Kim Lair, thank you. You are a hero. I'm going to bring her up, but we've got a lot of questions for her because she has got an insane exclusive from old friends of Harry who are still in touch with the ginger guy. I like to call him the Ginger Whinger, but then I feel bad. I don't like calling people names. There we go. So what exactly do Harry and Meghan want? We're going to get into that. And what do they want versus what they're going to get? These two things are often very, very different. Then we've got the Sussex schedule, which of course Alison has sussed out because she's a genius. William is reportedly done. We're going to discuss the manipulations and the delusions. And of course, at the end, I've got some deep thoughts from Doug, who has been watching the World Cup. It's odd. It gets weird. It's interesting. Now, I have to read this to you guys because Alison does write for the Daily Mail. All right. And it is the Daily Mail Plus. So some of you may not have the subscription. So I'm going to just show you her big exclusive today. It was Harry and Meghan's new Megxit deal. She reveals what the Sussexes have agreed to ahead of their return to the UK and why it will finally see the king reunited with his beloved grandchildren. She writes, as revealed, which this meeting, which is to include a meeting with the king, felt like emotional blackmail. We've talked about this before. Of a father by his son. Sources are also pointedly adding that the issues over security that kept Harry out of the country for years remain unresolved. But for all the talk, what no one seemed to be able to pinpoint last week was what Harry and Meghan would be doing here, beyond launching the run-up to next year's Invictus Games, where they might stay, who they might see, and whether they would bring a photographer or camera crew along with them. Here's a hint. There is. Harry's even hoping, I'm told, to have Meghan and Archie and Lilibet meet brother William plus Kate and their children. The delusion, denial ain't just a river in Egypt, you guys. That's not part of Alison's piece, obviously. First and foremost, though, Harry is aiming for a complete reset of his relationship with his father, with friends saying it is likely a stay and being planned for the Sussexes at Sandringham, not the main house. The visit will be strictly private, no cameras, no subsequent Instagram posts, no relevant revelations in interviews. After, a source close to Harry told Alison, Charles has let him know that he is really looking forward to seeing his grandchildren. Harry is looking forward to the visit and to building bridges. That is what everyone wants. It was decided months ago that he would be coming with the children and with Meghan as well. A friend of Harry said the conversation started in January. Harry said he wanted to come over with Meghan and the kids for Invictus and proposed that the palace could support them. The view was that he would have to ensure that all of the family, part of the visit remain private. He has agreed to that in a heartbeat. The way he has conducted himself since then, I mean, this is insane, has led to confidence in his new version of Harry. He has changed a lot since Megxit. He has grown up. By the way, I just need to say, this is Harry's friend saying this. This is not what Alison or I are saying, or I don't know, anyone. Some news which will have Charles's court spluttering is that there will be cameras in tow as the Invictus activities are being recorded by a film crew. As for Prince William, described by Harry as his arch nemesis, he is widely reported to be entirely unwilling to forgive his brother. The Daily Mail's diary editor, Richard Eden, whom we love, BT Dub, who broke the story of Project Thaw, the existence of a group of senior establishment figures aiming to warm up the family and the public for some kind of return by Harry, was categorical this week when the relationship between the brothers is still in the deep freeze. William made clear some time ago that he didn't want anything to do with his brother. A friend of William and Catherine told him. Harry's friend, however, says that there is a WhatsApp group via which Prince Harry shares family news and pictures with the wider royal family. This friend also makes the extraordinary claim that Harry has hopes of meeting with William and his family. The feeling among his friends is that Harry is likely to stay in Sandringham and that there will be a number of informal meetings with the wider family. And yes, that will include William. They do not hate each other, as has been reported. Are they tired of each other's attitudes to the situation? Yes. Are they wary of how the other will react? Again, yes. But there is a lot of hope that there might be a civil meeting between the brothers. Many years have passed and everyone is older. Their wives may just have to grit their teeth. I mean, you guys, we've got so much to discuss. And before I bring Alison on, I just want to say thank you to Melissa Jared. You rock. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you. All right, let's bring in the woman of the hour who can answer all of our questions because, whoa. Hold up. Oh, my God, there she is. Alison? Okay. I'm loving this so much. The days of our Montecito lives continues. We've got the Montecito camp saying, all's going to be forgiving. It's so great. They've totally blah, blah, blah. And then we've got Williams camp being like, doo, 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 doo. I'm not going to do the middle finger, but you guys know what I mean. And we've got Charles, who is like, listen, I was given a gift of a few more years. I do want to see my family. Alison, is this Meghan and Harry admitting to abject failure?
Well, in many ways, yeah, of course it is, because, if things were going great for them in Montecito and they could make all this money, then maybe they would care a bit less. But then on a human level, these are human beings. And I'm sure that Harry would like to spend time with his father, and I'm sure he would like to make up with his father. Meghan and her motivations, I don't know, because she hasn't tried to make up with her father. But, I think Harry is a genuine human being, and I think he would like to be on better terms with his family. Maybe he should have considered that before, throwing petrol and lighting a match.
Several times, not just once, several times.
Yeah. So repeatedly, yeah, for sure.
I mean,
but
no, go ahead.
But this guy, this friend of his was saying to me, he's really changed, he's really grown up, and I don't think that the only motivating factor is the failure of their ambitions in California, which have failed, because I know that this was that making up with his father was the prime priority for Meredith Maines when she joined his staff, and that was in 2025, and that was just before the first Netflix With Love Meghan show went out. So they hadn't, and before As Ever launched. So those failures were still yet to come, and that was the direction of travel already. So Harry has been wanting this for quite a long while.
I get why he wants it, but what I don't get is why his friends think he has grown up. If, as you write, and I believe every word you write, he's been talking about this since January, then why has he been acting like such a petulant child? Still doing what I refer to as bullying tactics with his father, with his brother, with the public, by doing things like announcing things to the media in order to shove them through, or going to Australia and then announcing to People magazine, we are working royals, which basically set another match to the Sandringham agreement. It seems that he's just really unhappy. I'm not sure if he's grown up. I think maybe, and I would like your point on this, because I don't think he's grown up. I think he's just really unhappy and finally saw that the grass was actually greener over there, where he had friends, he had things to do, he had people taking care of everything.
I think he is unhappy. I think when the friend was saying about how he's grown up, I was thinking, oh, I don't understand what this means, what he's getting at. But actually, subsequently, I did, because remember in April when Harry went to Ukraine, which was kind of a surprise, and he made that speech there, and everyone said, oh, how dare he, act like a statesman, he's an idiot boy, we don't need to hear from him. And then a week later, King Charles is on his trip to Washington, and he gave that speech in which he very pointedly supported Ukraine, much to the disgust of Donald Trump, I'm sure. And then, a few weeks later, after the terror attack in Golders Green in North London, Harry went first. He wrote an essay about anti-Semitism in the New Statesman. Again, everyone was like, weird, this doesn't sound like Harry. Mr. Naked Billiards, taking on a serious cause. And then, lo and behold, a day later, Charles was, in lockstep, also speaking about anti-Semitism. So I think what I now think we were seeing there was the beginning of this cohesion between Harry's camp and the King's camp. People don't like it, but it doesn't mean it's not true. I think that they were starting already then to work together, and that allowed the King to feel trust in Harry and in his camp and his advisors, that his son was changed, was mature, and was going to stick to his side of it, and he could trust him to come to the UK and not use it as an opportunity to sell jam and flour sprinkles.
Well, I want to actually ask about that, because what I heard was Project Thought, we'll get into that in a hot minute, but that it was really orchestrated and wanted by people inside the government like Yvette Cooper or Shabana Mahmood, and that they were the ones who were kind of writing the speeches for Harry, for King Charles. And now that Keir Starmer has resigned and both of those women might be out of a job, is this really a manipulation of the government? Is it the family? I'm a little confused by who's driving that bus.
I am not the expert on the Project Thor bus. That's my colleague Richard Eden. I am like you. I'm a showbiz idiot. I write about Harry and Meghan because there's a showbiz element to it, and then there happens to be this friend who I knew, and I thought, oh, I know who to ask about why this visit's happened, because really it seems so contrary to all common sense that Harry would be invited back, prodigal son, given everything, because this puts Charles on an absolute collision course with the heir. So you think, okay, so he's trying to set up a new situation where William has, where Harry has one foot in the UK. He loves it half in, half out, doesn't he?
Oh my gosh!
He has one foot in the UK. And then, so when he passes, William, it would be much harder to undo if situation's established. So there is a kind of, ticking clock. Let's get on with this.
Thank you. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, go to my Substack. I will be updating the Substack next week with the things I'm learning. I will try to do YouTube. It's going to be hard because I don't know about ye old British internet where I'm staying, which is with a fabulous friend. But I will have everything when I get back. I will, of course, try to do some updates. And again, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. All right. Take care.